Good morning, everybody. And this is Rob. And yesterday evening, New York Rangers win the lottery for the NHL. They'll get Alexei Lafreniere and could well turn that organization around. Um, we'll see if it does. I think it's a good chance it will. It's a change. It is an organization, no doubt about it. I hear a helicopter flying around, so seeing what's going on there. What's up, Tam P? A couple of notes for the channel. Tonight, we're going to have Slam Wars. Tomorrow night, Michael Owens has put in a request. He'd like to see Mayweather versus Leonard or Holyfield versus Liston. May try to have a doubleheader tomorrow night. We'll see about that, but I'll definitely try to get one or the other on tomorrow sometime, maybe during the day even. My picks for the NHL, I'll definitely give them out in just a second. Like I say, Michael, thanks for letting me know. Anything interesting happened in your life this past week? Interesting. I don't know what you would consider interesting. I'm pretty boring. I'm a pretty boring guy. I've been flying. Like I say, if you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing it where I've been flying my drone, and I'm getting pretty good at it. I'm getting pretty good at it now, where I can have it sit right in front of me and just kind of land straight down. And mine likes to go with the wind a little bit. The wind likes to blow it, and the breeze is blowing today, so I may get it back out again and see what I can do. The breeze always makes it a little bit more challenging, but I'm pretty good at it. I can get it 150 feet in the air and do pretty well with it. Yeah, high as the top of the trees here. I can do that. So Michael Owens, Mayweather, Leonard, or Holyfield, Liston, and I'll be prepared maybe for both in case of quick knockouts. Appreciate the folks that joined me last night for my boxing night. Couple of quick fights, is what it was. Get some cool air shots. Well, actually, I've got my video back a couple of days when I'm talking about the earthquake hitting. Go about 10, 15 minutes into that, and you'll see me flying it right here in my backyard. Yeah, and I actually landed it right in front of the computer. So let's see. We have Eastern Conference. We got Western Conference. We'll switch back and forth, and I'll let you know who I think is going to win. Plus, we have the MLS tonight, the finals, down in Orlando. So advantage Orlando as far as getting to play at home. I'll tell you who I think wins the game in just a minute. First off, round one here, the playoffs. Columbus versus Tampa. Columbus is coming off a very, very tough series. They played well. They played very well. But Tampa, I think, cream of the crop out there right now. I really do. I really think Tampa is a cream of the crop all the way across the league. I picked Tampa here to win. Probably be 5 games. I think they'll lose one, but I think they win. Let's go back over to the West. Calgary and Dallas. Dallas is a team that I think a lot of people can't get a hold of. You can't figure whether they're going to go out tonight and play a defensive zone type mentality or they're just going to play wide open. And get some videos of your area in Virginia from above. Oh, I don't have, Tam, I don't have a camera on mine. Mine does not have a cam on it. Calgary and Dallas, like I say, Dallas, they play one day, they'll play wide open and play pretty well. And then the next day, they'll play a tight zone type situation or a tight defensive structure, and they play okay. but you can't keep switching around the way you're playing because most time it gets you in trouble. I like Calgary in this series. I think Calgary wins this series in 7. Let's go back to the Eastern Conference. Carolina and Boston. I'm hearing all the pundits say, watch out for Carolina. Watch out for Carolina. I'm just simply going on the eye test, and Boston does not look good. I'm not so much concerned with the way Carolina's playing right now. I'm concerned with the way Boston's playing. They are showing no I'm talking about hockey, NHL hockey. Boston is showing no sign of, wow, we need to get out of here and do anything. Now, can they turn it on and off like a spigot? I don't know. If they're able to do that, they're a better team, better squad than Carolina. But in hockey, I've never seen many teams be able to do that. For that reason alone, I like Carolina in this series. I think it goes 7, but I think Carolina wins the series. Chicago, we're going back to the West now. Chicago and Vegas. Chicago couldn't have looked any better against a young Edmonton team. And Vegas, they look pretty good in the play-ins. They didn't play the best, but, the advantage here goes to Calgary as far as knowing the home ice more because they play in Edmonton a lot more. But I just think the better team is Vegas. For that reason alone, 7-game series, I'm going Vegas 6. I think Vegas wins this in 6 games. Not over Calgary. I'm sorry, Chicago. I'm sorry. But Chicago's already played a few games on that ice, and but I just think the age will catch up with them, and I like Vegas there. New York Islanders and Washington. This one's a very interesting series to me because, the first thing you think about when you think of the Caps is a lot instant offense, instant offense. And really the way they've played this year, they've played from the neutral zone in, not so much, not so much of a forechecking situation as they have let's win in the neutral zone and then try to break away through there and all. For that reason alone, the Islanders, I just don't think can match up with this team very well. The matchup problems they have are immense. And Washington get the final pick off the bench, so that they get to pick who's going to the matchup problems, and they are going to present problems to the Islanders. Islanders versus almost any other team in the East, I'd give them a chance. This one I just don't. 5 games, I like Washington. Arizona and Colorado. That's another one, man. I tell you what, Arizona is playing well. But, man, oh, man, you're playing the wrong team here. You're playing Colorado. Colorado has a very good offensive side, has good goalkeeping, and the defense is not bad right now. Arizona's running into a buzzsaw here. I just do not like their chances here. I like Colorado in 6. I think Arizona makes it interesting, but I like Colorado here in 6 games. I saved the best for last, guys. Montreal and Philadelphia. Philadelphia has ran through everybody they faced. They have just looked great. But Montreal has Carey Price. Carey Price is equalizer. I don't care who you've got. Montreal has enough offense to where they were able to beat a talented Pittsburgh squad. Philadelphia, they have better offense than Pittsburgh, no doubt about that. But I'm not sure they have as good a goaltending as Pittsburgh had. Philadelphia, their goalkeeping has been a little bit suspect this year. That's going to get them in trouble here. I like Montreal here. Montreal in 7 games, but this could go either way. I mean, Philadelphia, I know Philadelphia is playing the best hockey of anybody out there right now, but I like Montreal here. I like Montreal to win and carry over the Canadian teams. You know, be the one lone Canadian team in the Eastern Conference. I think they stay alive. Vancouver, St. Louis. St. Louis won the Cup last year. And St. Louis has not looked. They just have looked flat. They've looked really flat. Vancouver's played a few games, against, in that play-in round. And, they won their 3. Vancouver's not a bad team. St. Louis, this is the wrong time of year to come out flat. St. Louis is the better team here, but they cannot afford to take 2 or 3 games off. For that reason alone, I'm taking Vancouver. I think Vancouver is ready to play. They better be ready to play because if they go down 1 or 2 games to the Blues, they're not going to win it. I think they beat St. Louis in 6. And so that's who I've got. In the West, I've got Calgary, Vegas, Colorado, Vancouver, 2 Canadian squads. Tampa, Carolina, Washington, Montreal, 1 Canadian squad. So I have 3 making it to the next round. And, I think most pundits only have 1. I think most people may give Vancouver a little edge over St. Louis or Calgary over Dallas, but very few are picking Montreal to win that first series. And, I'm taking all 3 Canadian teams to make it to the second round. MLS tonight. I think it's 8:30, something like that. I think it's on ESPN, but I'm not certain. Orlando against Portland. And I got studying about this game a lot too. And I think this may come down to penalties before it's over with. And if it does, I definitely like Portland to win it then. I think Portland has too many good offensive players. But I just think straight up they probably win the game. And I'll go 2-1. 2-1. Portland wins this game. We'll see what happens. But I like Portland here. I think they exhibit a little bit of what they call it, force their will on Orlando early. Portland's a very good team. I'm not sure they're the best team in the MLS, probably not. But of these 2, I'm taking Portland. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see. Anything else happening tonight? How about the Phillies last night allowing 7 runs in the 9th inning, but they still won 13-8. I'm like, what's your thoughts on penalties ending the game? I know people in America hate the idea of ending a game. I don't like it. Personally, I think in a championship game of this quality, I would prefer it to go to overtime, golden goal, meaning if one team ends up scoring, that's it. That is it. Play it like overtime in hockey. Don't keep playing the whole 30 minutes or whatever. That's my opinion on it. I think you can play. I think you can play a 90 minutes, right? Then play another half, 45 minutes, and then if you have to have another 45, do it. Personally, being that they're playing in Orlando, I think that's just my opinion. When they run it up and down the field, they should be able to come off the field over 5 yards away to where they can drink something. They must place, if they wanted to do it. If they're coming by their bench, they can get something to drink and must place it back. They just can't throw it and run back on the field. It must place it back on the thing and then get back on the field without stoppage. That's the way I would like to see them do it. Hockey has penalties too, but it's slightly different. They go towards the goal and shoot instead of the puck being still. Well, plus in the playoffs, hockey will go overtimes. If it takes 5 overtimes, hockey will do it. I like it better, and I think that's what soccer needs is to go at least 2 45-minute halves extra if they need it. But like I say, I don't like your hydration breaks at all. I hate those. I hate them. If a player wants to walk off the field, he should do like this. Go to the sideline, get him something to drink, not have to wait for a not wait for a play stoppage. Give him something to drink, must place it, get it from a spot and place it back. Once he places it back, I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Once he places that drink back in the same slot that he got it at, he didn't just throw it. It's not a not just being dumbasses. You take a drink from whatever place, have a place for it, come right back to the sideline, tell the guy you want to get back in. He lets you right back in the game. Do it that way. So that's what I think should happen. But 2 45-minute look, especially if you play at golden goal. And what I'm saying there, the first team to score, it ends it. Okay, but it takes that away from the game at the 30-minute mark when you say, okay, now we're going to have a hydration break. I understand it fully, but why can't your team take a chance? Okay, we're going to offense now. We're going that in. Squirt a couple, get a couple squirts of drink or whatever, and then get back out there. Yeah, I think it really takes away from the game. Going to penalties on soccer, it really is, and they've had a cup decided that way, which is sinful. Hockey will not do it that way. Hockey will play even if it takes 4 and 5 overtimes, even in a regular playoff game. They do not go to the shootout now. The shootouts are done for the season. I don't mind it. The regular season's fine. Hockey has it pretty well figured out. But as soon as regulations ended, they go into another break, 20 minutes. Now I think you could go to less break. That way, the most fit players are probably going to be the ones that go out there and win. Cut the breaks to 5. Cut the breaks between periods to 5 to 8 minutes. Then play some more instead of 15. I think it's 12 minutes now. Cut it to 5 to 8 minutes. How do baseball games end? Well, this year, sadly, they actually place a runner at second base. Tam, it's idiotic, but that's the way they do it. That's what they do. And then if you score and the other team doesn't, it's stupid anyway. They've been playing it that way, yeah, until one team is ahead. But this is the first year for that runner on second garbage, and I hate it. It's bullshit. It needs to go away. If a team, 9 innings, unless it's a doubleheader, then they go 7 innings. Yeah. This year with doubleheaders, they're going 7 innings. I don't even mind that. I don't mind that so much. But that runner on second bullshit, I hate that. That's just terrible. 7 innings. A lot of times you see which team's a better team in 7 innings. So I'm okay with that. I like that better than the runner on second garbage. That's just bullshit. That's just terrible. Okay, you can't score? Okay, we'll help you. No, we don't need that. Terrible idea. yesterday it was reported, and I actually heard it on two different sources, that the Big Ten was going to shut down their football season. Well, that came it came out of um, um, Wisconsin. I received my soccer blast yesterday. It just took a week to get me. Oh man, most time it doesn't take that long. Keith, have you played the game yet? Don't forget about the one-on-one options too. There's a one-on-one option on one of the pages. That read up on that, because a lot of times you can save yourself a lot of problems from having to play overtimes if you read that one-on-one option, especially if you got two good teams playing. But it came out of Wisconsin, and it was weird that it came out of Wisconsin and it didn't come out of maybe Ohio or Michigan, somewhere like that. But it was announced yesterday that the Big Ten was canceling their seasons. And as soon as that got said, Scott Frost of Nebraska, the coach out of Michigan, Harbaugh, Saban spoke up, Dabo Sweeney, a.k.a. Kermit the Frog, spoke up big time and saying that the kids should have the final say. Even the governor of Texas is saying, look, we're messing with kids' futures here. We should let them play. How many college divisions are there in America, Tam? If I, as far as conferences, that's a lot. There's a lot. Wow, Keith went to bed 5:30 yesterday evening. Wow. But there's 5 major conferences, and where all this started was with Pac-12. Let's be for real about it. The Pac-12 kids came out and told the coaches, you know what? You're going to push us around. We're not going to play. Well, I think it got, that ended up spreading like wildfire to everywhere else in the country. I'm going to tell you right now, if it is up to the players, yeah. If it's up to the players, the SEC will play. The ACC, for the Pac-12, I see my connection's terrible. Uh-oh. If it's up to the Pac-12, if the players don't want to play, so be it. Don't make them play. Call it a season right there. Am I denigrating what the Pac-12 wants to do? Not at all. But that shows you right there who really thinks they are NFL quality players. Yes. The folks in the Pac-12 they feel more like they're college athletes. Clearly. These SEC players, these ACC players, and these Big Ten players are feeling more like we are prepping for the NFL. And that's just the way it works, guys. That even lets me know right there that the Pac-12 has that little bit of SEC, ACC is not as good as the ACC. ACC is not as good as the SEC. I know that. But they come out with a lot of college players going to the NFL. Big Ten's not as good as the SEC, but they're all better than the Pac-12. Yeah. And that's the thing. They know if they play, they'll be seen. And that's what they got to have. They got to be seen. Look, I've trimmed down, Coach. I was 250. Now I'm 238, whatever. Yeah. And the transfer is not going to happen. They're not going to let them transfer that easy. Nope. The NCAA is not going to let them start dancing from school to school. They're just not going to let them do it. There's too many things involved there. Um, you know, one school's amount of letters they are, or uh, scholarships they're allowed, it's going to affect it from one school to the other, to the other, to the other. Um, I'm not sure. I don't agree with the NCAA here. Personally, this is what I would do, and this is just the way I would do it. If I were running the Pac-12, I'd say we're going to play. Okay, young men, guess what? If you have got a scholarship, Arizona State, Arizona, Washington State, Oregon, wherever, I will see to it. We will see to it. The NCAA will see to it. We will protect your scholarship for an extra year. Okay? So let's say last year you were a sophomore and you got 2 more years of eligibility left. You need to come out right now and say, look, I'm either going to play or I'm not going to play. If you play one down, if you end up showing up at the first game in uniform, okay, that takes your year of eligibility away right there. For you would officially be a junior. But if you do not report, you do not dress up for any of the games, we will save your eligibility for next year to be a junior. To be honest, if college basketball players want to get paid and become professional quickly, should come to Europe. Well, Tam, it's even being discussed now that they're going to allow them to come straight out of high school again. See, to me, this is a way to handle that situation. Yeah, there's a lot of problems if you play in the spring, though, Keith. You got graduation. You got another whole can of worms. Final exams. You got too much shit going on. And some of them play baseball. I don't like the idea of playing in the spring. I'm not sure it's going to be any better in the spring. That's been our problem all along. People are thinking, well, give it 3 months. Well, hell, it's been 6 months almost already. This stuff was started in March, April, May, June, July, August. 5 months already. There's no saying that this is going to be any better in the spring. If you notice, what's the one league right now that has no problems? No problems, no cases. Do you know what league it is? I mean, clean as a whistle. No coronavirus cases since they took back in. Do you know what league it is? Because the teams have been staying in their bubbles. They've been listening. No, not the women's soccer league, not that. Plus, it's not as many in the women's soccer league. I'm talking about one of the 4 major sports. They haven't had one new case. The NHL, no new cases. Yeah, the NHL has had no new cases. That shows me that by playing in 2 different cities, and they're staying in those cities all the time, right? Playing at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, 11:30, 2, 4:30, 7, 10 o'clock. They can play 5 6 games in a day. They can just do it. Well, no. I don't go for that, Tam. Not at all. All right. What's been the biggest thing they said about the virus? Well, when this heat comes around, we're gonna get rid of it. What's a hotter place than Florida? And then which baseball team has had the most problems? Florida Marlins. That's the hottest area there is. It's hotter there than it is in California. There in Texas, both are really hot. But Florida Marlins have had more cases. Do you know why? They're not staying in their friggin' bubble. They out here running around night clubbing and doing all this other bullshit. And that's why they're getting in trouble. They're not staying put. You're not hearing people catching this damn stuff if they stay at home. And I'm not. And this is not a knock on Dale Lonsdale, not at all. I know Dale ended up getting, but he had to go out and do stuff. Well, Tam, the thing is, they said all along that the Heat would get rid of it. The Heat would get rid of this. I'm not buying it. I'm with you. I'm not buying it. I think cool weather may get rid of this. I think once we start seeing frosts and stuff, it's got to clean the air up. It's got to. It's got to clean the air up. And I'm looking forward to it. I think there's going to be a change. I really do. We'll see if it is. But I think there's a chance that the heat, once it goes away and we start getting colder air, look at it this way. What kind of animals last in the heat? I mean, in the cold weather. Number one, snakes, they're gone in the wintertime. Bugs, you don't see flies, ants, mosquitoes, lightning bugs, none of that. Cicadas, nothing. You don't see animals, bugs flying out when it's 25 degrees. They just don't. They cannot survive it. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe this coronavirus, once it gets to be cold weather, there's maybe a way. That's why I've wondered why they don't try the refrigeration process. I know they used to do it years and years and years ago with influenza, that they would actually put you in like a frozen. I'm saying 5 minutes and stuff like that, and they would actually see a change in people. This is stuff they did 40 or 50 years ago, 60 years ago. But they'd have you sit in a freezer for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever, and then would come back out and they would say part of that, whatever you had going on, it wasn't as strong then. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not even proposing to be one. But I know I'm with you, Tam. The heat's not helping it. And they were hoping that the heat would try to subside it a little bit. It's just not. Heat's not subsiding us at all. Virginia is picking up, and it's hot as hell here. It's in the 80s today already. Was it friggin' 10 o'clock? Sure. I went and got a tank of gas. There's my rocking chair. There's my little fold-down table. Waste flowers, and that's where I was flying my drone, right there, out in that area. Yep. So that's enough people. 6 or 8 people could sit out here and eat comfortably. I'm at a little plastic, little outdoor table we take inside in the wintertime. But we keep a grill out year round. Is that a shed in the far back? Yours. That one's mine. Not that one. The little one right there is mine. The little one's mine. I want to get a bigger one. I've actually got a light pole back here. Michael Peterson, great idea, but their problem is I just don't think they have players that listen. I think they got too many hard heads. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it within MLB. I'm not even sold that they're even going to finish. Hockey, on the other hand, why is your shed so far back? That's the end of my land. All that land's mine back here. Yeah. It's not that far back. Yeah. See the light pole right there? The 2 bushes? My land goes all that way. And then, yeah. Now, I just got it back here away from the house. And it was there when we actually moved in. Let me be fair about it. When we moved in back in 2018, that shed was there. But I want to get a bigger one. I do want to do that. Going to watch your fights, yes. After stupidity of Plesac. Oh yeah. How about Plesac? Zach Plesac. Uh, the Indians coming out playing the best ball maybe of anybody other than the A's this year. MLS, who's your pick? I made my pick about 5-10 minutes ago. Who do you like? I even gave a score out. Tonight's game, Orlando versus Portland. You know that White House all the way back. How long would it take to walk over there? That White House. Let's see. Hold on. First, I'm going to show it. You talking about the White House is right here? Here? It wouldn't take long to get there. Yeah. It wouldn't take long. 30 seconds maybe. I'm with you. I'm taking Portland 2-1. What's going on, Dale? What's going on? Portland. I'm taking Portland 2-1. My ML. How about anybody follow NHL hockey? I just gave there. No, getting back here is not that long. So, Slam Wars this evening. Okay, Slam Wars. I'm gonna try to get that all. If I'm able to, I'm gonna try to get it all prepared, free from all doctors and nurses today. I don't know if the camera makes it seem as big as it actually is. It's a ways back here, but it's not too far. You need to go back to about a year ago, one of my year ago videos where I just had changed the oil on my lawn tractor. I was driving it around the yard. You couldn't even hear it on the backside of my property back here. We only have about a little over a half acre. That's all. So we don't have that much. Yeah. And we have some in the front too. But it's got to get cut the next day or two. I got to cut some grass. I watched Tabletop's video. He just got the game. He just got, which game is that? He just got History Maker Baseball, right? Tabletop. Actually, it was Tenacious Earl. Just played history. He just got History Maker Baseball. Oh, did he just get Glory Days Boxing? Okay. Yeah, I've got 2 matches, I guess. Michael Owens requested them. I'm going to have at least one of these 2 fights tomorrow night. You guys put in the comment section which one you'd rather see. If I can work out either one of them, I'll do it. Mayweather versus Leonard. Holyfield versus Liston. All right. Very cool, Dale. I think you got yourself a case, bro. I think you got yourself a case. Mayweather versus Leonard. Holyfield versus Liston. And we'll go from there. Tonight, Slam Wars, 6 or 7 match card. I'm not going to hold anybody a long time, but I hope you enjoy it. Got to see what Civic Center we're going to be in, or auditorium, or where we're going to be. Vito Anafirmo is in the set. Yes, middleweight set. Yeah. He just does not match up with Hagler. He doesn't. We can always fight him, but he does not match up. But he's in the middleweight set. Hearns is in the welterweight set. Let's see, Hearns in welterweight set. I think he's in the welterweight. I think the lightweight set is that's where Roberto Duran is. What a bleeder! Having ultra quick wrestling pay-per-view coming up. Yeah, Vito bled a lot. Yeah. If you guys want to see him in a match, we can do it. Let me put Anafermo there. Vito. I'll just put a fight. And I'll try to make it as even as possible. If he's got 7 stars, I'll try to make it somebody with 6, 7, or 8 stars against him. Used to watch him on Wide World Sports. Yeah, he was terrible as far as bleeding. He bled a lot. He was a Ric Flair of bleeding, no doubt about it, boxing wise, no doubt. So a quick recap on it. NHL, my first round matchups: Tampa over Columbus, Carolina over Boston. That's a upset, but I'm still going to take them. Washington over the Islanders. Montreal over Philadelphia. That's an upset. I know it is. I'm taking Montreal. Calgary over Dallas. Vegas over Chicago. Colorado over Arizona. Vancouver over St. Louis. So some of these big squads, 1s, 2s, and 3s, I think they don't make it through. We'll see. How many? I went with 4 home squads, and I went with 4 road squads. So I'm taking 4 that came from the playoff play-in series. I don't watch it, Michael. I don't watch it in WWE. Yep, survived the earthquake. Was not too bad here. About a 2-2, 2-1, something like that. It did wake up. I mean, it did scare the wife. She woke me up on Sunday morning, but it was not enough to really shake stuff around here up. 2 hours away, hour and 45 minutes away, whatever. A little over 2 hours, I guess. They had some structural damage on some houses and some buildings. Some, I'm sure they're going to force them to tear them down and then rebuild them. But I don't know if they're going to build them or structure them after a hurricane type situation, but I can understand why they don't. We don't get that many of them. Now, of course, I could sit here right now and start shaking, but no, we don't get that many of them. So we're in pretty good shape. Anafermo, I may end up throwing him on there tomorrow night as well. Slam Wars this evening. Don't forget about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching the channel. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Wash them again. Wear a mask. Don't wear it down here. Don't wear it up here. Don't put a hole in it. That's just a joke itself. And you're not only wearing it for you, you're wearing it for the person around you. So let's hope that they end up showing enough courtesy to wear theirs as well. God bless. Have a great, great, blessed day. And I'll see you guys tonight. Slam Wars, auditorium, and card to be determined in just a little bit. Have a good evening and be safe, guys. Bye.